Ladies and gentlemen, let's do some ranked Age of Sigmar, Realms of Ruin. I wanted to talk a little bit about how I'm playing the Nighthaunt while we're at it. So basically the most important thing to keep in mind is that these guys have extremely low costs for their units. And every time you capture one of the capture points, you get 45 Realm Stone essentially for free. So because the map is so big, we're gonna stop by the Arcane Conduits, but if it was a bit smaller, one of the more two-player remaps, so to say, then I would be stopping only by the main capture points, because those also offer the 45 resources, but they're way faster to capture. Now we're gonna keep pumping. On the third capture, we'll be able to get our first upgrade, which is going to usually be the Hunters of Champions upgrade. That's gonna give our ranged units more attack range as well as bonus damage against heroes. Now I really want these capture points early on. If we can get the triple cap sorted out early, we'll be able to get a little bit ahead in the capture point game overall. Now let's try to disengage here before we find the third unit and get charged in the process, but I think because that's where the guys are, it's not going to be anything to worry about. There we go. So we can get Hunters of Champions as talked about, and we're gonna crash on this unit on the side. It's gone. So what we'll do is reform over here and maybe get a flank on the duo that we've seen nearby. We've got the Knight of Shrouds, can go and chase this down, and we'll just keep pumping out our Craven Throne guard. There's a victim that we can claim right now. What we'll do is the train rasts will be ending up with a charge here, and we'll also be giving them an upgrade. Meanwhile, the guard can shoot, and we're gonna give these guys also the Wave of Terror ability. Against Zinch, you want to be careful because they'll be making a lot of range units, so you don't want to overcommit on your own melee guys because they'll just simply get evaporated. So that's not what we'll try to do. But if we can get a free kill here, that would be absolutely sick. I think we're gonna want to retreat this one. And for whatever reason, these guys are going into melee. That's not good. So hopefully the next one can get the hero kill. No, doesn't look to be the case. And these guys are just unresponsive. Whatever, man. We'll retreat this one away. Overall, we've done good work, and we can come back and take out the Pinkies. We've killed the unit here. The Knight of Shrouds doing a good job, and we're starting to get ahead quite a bit overall. We're also going to research Stolen Days and Years, which is going to make his ability better. It's essentially a wave of damage and self-healing that scales with how many enemy units you have been able to hit. So you can basically fully restore his health and nearly wipe out enemies. The enemies get burned as well. I think we did alright here. We can just walk these guys back. You get to work. And from here, we're not gonna be really hurrying up to build any major buildings on our Arcane Conduits. So the reason for that is I find them a little bit expensive, and with this faction, with a big map like this one especially, we have the mobility to run around and take these capture points, and each time gain the benefit of 45 Realmstone as we capture them. As you can see, our Realmstone is just absolutely shooting up right now, right? So that is exactly what we're going to try and utilize. We're going to disengage from this one. That's a little bit too many enemies. These guys are stunned, so we have plenty of time to reinforce our chain rasps, while these guys are finding that our opponent actually disagrees and ended up making the tether. That is something for us to attack later down the line, but not before. I think we're gonna retreat away from this. Don't want to get double stunned. Chain rasps could run. Our guard might be arriving on time here. Get a charge sorted out. And all we need to do is get a little bit of capturing done. Shouldn't be too difficult at all. I'm thinking these guys will want to retreat as well. There's a kill. we're gonna avoid the direct fights if we can. And in fact, there's an opportunity here to grab a side point. We nearly have the resources necessary to go to tier 2. It will be 300 realm stone, so that's something to keep in mind. Obviously, no plan survives contact with the enemy. That's why I'm not making a build order guide just yet. I think this game is very dynamic in the sense that you have to react moment to moment to what your opponent is doing. And you simply don't have the luxury of having a pre-prescribed build order that you can just follow. Just some rough concepts that you have to apply to the real-time nature of the game. Let's pull these guys back and keep pumping. Well, these captures have been enough indeed. And once we have our tier 2 sorted out, we'll be able to go after our opponent's bastion, where they've built up a siphon, I think. Getting these charges and the stuns, very important, so that we completely deny the retreats, essentially. And we just keep bouncing between the points. While we're tearing up, there's absolutely no way to heal. So we gotta be a little bit careful with that. Trying to not use too many abilities. And yeah, with another point getting captured here, I think we're doing overall pretty well. We can take this engagement for the moment. 12 seconds left, so I do think these guys will have to end up retreating in the end. We'll do that before we start losing too many models. It doesn't matter really in terms of costings, but because you only pay for the retreat. But at the same time, you also don't want to over-retreat, so that's something to keep in mind. We're going to make a double Banshee to deal with any early horrors, but actually we're going to cancel that and start making Hex Wraiths because we need something to beat the Zangors. They are absolutely a piece of work. Might do a Spectral Bolt here actually because we need to lower their armor so that the melee units can actually win the battle. I think it doesn't display though. Alright, let's see if we can get some charges done. One of them will stun, the other one will just heavily damage. Very nice. I think our guard should be able to get the kill there, maybe if our opponent isn't paying sufficient attention. We're gonna get some more melee guys. Indeed, they are not paying sufficient attention at all. And we'll retake our points while we have the opportunity. So, this tether is very easily attacked by our guards. We want to split up at least a little bit here though. I think with our Banshees we're gonna go for that. These guys can split up as well and give them the business. I hope this landing works. Sometimes it doesn't, so I'm paying very close attention. Make sure they do land. In fact, okay, let's run away from this now. The guard will be able to destroy the building and then go for the actual screamers as well. Should be absolutely no problem. They're deployed in the correct location already. Let's get perhaps a stun on this hero. Locking her into the combat is, I think, a great idea here with the Hex Wraiths, and we'll get the stun follow-up. Taking a lot of damage right now, as things are. The chain crew can go over here. Why aren't we capturing this? The unit is hanging out a little bit. Okay, we're gonna run from this. Please run. There we go. And seeing as there's gonna be more and more big bads, what we want to do next is just make sure that we actually have some sort of power income. Our Realmstone income. I keep calling it power. Freaking Halo Wars player. Anyway. What I want to do now is actually buy one of those of my own once I feel comfortable with my army size. So we're gonna come over here. I want to take down those horrors. Don't want to deal with them too much. Pulling back the Banshee seems like a good idea right now.
We are losing an arcane conduit.
Hey, if he comes to me, that's fine. This is a good competitive game as well. Like, it's not a one-sided one, so very happy that I'm not having to restart this video to get a better game. That always works out very well. I don't have to. This engagement is very nice now because we can just target down the right things with the right things. We even get the Banshees onto the location so we can deal with the Flamers, which would absolutely wipe the floor with both the Hex Wraiths and our melee boys. Banshees, get to work. Nice, so this capture is on the way. Ooh! There's no guarantee this will work. It did. Very nice. I'm pretty sure he can run away now all the way. The stun can completely turn everything upside down in terms of the counter triangle, so that is very nicely working out. And because we have a higher unit cap than pretty much any other faction, we can just get away with so much mobility around the map. Right now we have nothing else we can afford. I don't want to lose the hero here, so we're gonna bring in our Banshees from the back. Ooh, maybe we can... Nah, we can't. We can't chase that down, right? No way. But the Banshees do have an upgrade for speed, so I'm thinking of getting that right now. There it is. Did I just lose my hero? I was just talking about how I don't want to lose it. Oh well. Yes, I did. Anyway, we're capturing so many nodes around the map that this is all very acceptable right now. And we're gonna bring some of these around as well. Plus the Banshees. Oh, damn. Well, more Hex Wraiths, because Zangor spam is really the name of the game for Zinch. Can we actually catch them there? Another good upgrade would be to make sure that our Hex Wraiths actually stun enemies, not just slow them when they successfully charge. So I didn't end up ever being able to get one of my nodes upgraded, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to go and check again on our opponent to make sure that they haven't done so. Now the Banshees are fast. The speed upgrade really helps with having that kind of information available, and now we know that that is exactly what they have done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just fly back the Banshees. They don't need to know anything more about what we've done, and we'll just start rallying across this area, adding a ton of Hex Wraiths because they can do a ton of damage in a very short duration. And once we have a little bit of Realmstone gathered up, they can also use their Spectral Touch, which will make the enemies scared, and then they run away. It's a very good position to be in. All these captures are giving us a little bit of Realmstone, which is what we exactly need before starting such an assault. Our opponent will pay very dearly for this. Oh, and we're even getting a Flamer. That's an ideal matchup with heavy against ranged, of course. They're somewhere here, but perhaps with the Chain Rasps we can buy a little bit of time for ourselves. Is it also a winning fight? We'll take it. I don't want to retreat. I want it to fly. I think I'll rebind the retreat button onto something more far away, something more purposeful than R. It's just too prominent, you know. They got some tier 3 stuff now with the Zangor Skyfires, so we're in a little bit of trouble here, but hey, we're getting the melee engagement, which works out very nicely. I think I'm gonna take my Banshees to help out with that, however. Seeing as they're ranged, I'm more than happy to lose my Chain Rasps to them. Not a problem, really. And over here we're doing plenty of damage here. Also, we're losing the Chain Rasps, but I think that's very acceptable. I'm gonna do a charge, and they probably won't be able to take very much off this. The Magister will be going down to this very quickly. Do another charge, do some massive damage on the connection, and they're running. As I suspected. Ooh! We might be able to actually get a kill. Oh, just one model died. That's not as great as I had hoped, but close enough. Now, we're gonna want to get basic units because we don't have a whole lot of Realmstone, but there's plenty of opportunities for capturing. Thaumaturge, we're gonna want to avoid that one for the moment. Considering we have essentially no range nearby, but we have plenty of range nearby, in fact. What I don't want to have, however, is to be wrecked. He's very powerful. And there's some Zangors to bully. What we're gonna want to do is flank him from every angle. There's plenty of stuns for us available right now. I just want to keep some eyes on everything, so these Banshees will be running around in circles a little bit. Making sure that we spot everything. That's a direct engagement that we can take fairly easily. I think these guys also get a bonus against monsters, actually. And perhaps with our hero we can sit back a bit. Get a little healing done. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful here. One of them fires spectral bolts. We'll have an armor reduction. That worked out nicely. And we've got a retreat. 3 extra shots perhaps. Ooh, that was good. But not quite enough. So we're gonna want to come up here next. Plenty of opportunities still to do a little bit of harassment damage. The weak ones can of course retreat. And now we're gonna buy this siphon because, yeah, we really need the Realmstone. I think it's very visible how much more Realmstone our opponent has gathered despite our attempts of running around and actually doing work on these capture points. Gotta be omnipresent, and it doesn't pay that well to be in a clumped location very much. X-Rays probably should be coming home as well, but with all the captures we're getting done, overall our progress isn't too bad, and we've got plenty of time to catch up. Okay, maybe not this one. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, this is where we need to be. You guys just retreat. And this is where the spectral touch is gonna come in. They are feared. And we can get some stuns on them. Lock them into combat. Deploy that direction. Maybe we can get some kills that way. Ooh, the flamers. Not gonna quite die, but that one is. That one is. So now all we gotta do is retake the capture nodes. It should be very comfortable from here on out. Man, I cannot speak, but I am trying. Damn it. They're coming back as well to try to be real annoying about this. Chain those stuns. Important to keep in mind that we're actually losing this. Ouch. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, a triple cap is essentially guaranteed from here on. So what I expect will happen is they'll go for that point rather than this. So trying to exploit it. Losing this capture point, very annoying. But forcing all these retreats means we're spending their resources to get a lot done. And only 80 points left to win this game. One thing we could be doing is actually attack their main base at this point, just to get their capture points down a little bit. I'm seriously considering it right now, just considering that everyone's already here. And we only have to do a little bit of damage. It's a serious consideration for me right now. Especially once they're just at 30 points. We're gonna want a bigger engagement here. Not against that guy, not against that guy though.
We are losing
Or those. Well, is that true? Look, we can get the double stun. Nope, we can't. But while they fly, I'm just gonna capture this. So there's that. Oh, that's a good one. But they're still stunned. Idols. Let's fix the idols. Only 12 points remain. I think we've basically got this. So yeah, Nighthaunt, pretty strong as you can tell. Highly recommend this kind of playstyle for you guys as well. Might get nerfed, I don't know. I'm having a lot of struggles against them, so I switched from Stormcast tutorials to these guys to learn how to play with it. And other than the first few games where I was figuring out how everything works, oh, we got promoted to Platinum. Very nice as well. And next up is the Diamond rank. So yeah, overall we've done some rather good work. I was really struggling against this person earlier, but switching the race and figuring out how it works seems to have helped a lot. So yeah, this is how I at the moment am playing the Nighthaunt. This is not a guide, this is not a recommendation, this is something for you to also consider and think about. Let me know if you have anything in mind about improving this gameplay, how I could be doing better, and I might apply it to a tournament tomorrow. Yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.